Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and this is going to be part 4 of my May 2024 Road to Rank 1, and as you can see, I've been playing some off camera because I'm now just 16 points away from Rank 1, and hopefully we are going to hit it now while I am recording, but you know, I might not, might lose a ton of games, might stop recording, might come back, might record more, might stitch them together. You'll just have to watch and see. I also have hopefully fixed the issues with the video settings. I know the aspect ratio got really wonky in the last one, but yeah, hopefully all of that is fixed. I am still playing Jaguar. I have made a couple changes to the deck, which I will keep somewhat secret for now. If you pay a ton of attention, you might be able to figure it out, but just for now, I'm not going to post the deck list, but maybe ask me at the start of the month. We will see. But yeah, with that all being said, let's roll the intro and get into the games.
What a performance there by J King.
J King, full plot armor.
J King is pushing himself into the ranks of the legend.
J King is our world champion! J King 7! What? The back-to-back Cards world champion!
Alright, first game against US. If he doesn't, well, no. Okay. So my thought process is basically no one ever 164th trades. They rolled Greyhound or Red Devils because the 164th can trade afterwards. Problem is if I keep expansion and he does 164th trade and I don't get another Blitz 1-drop in the 3 draws and then he pushes Red Devils afterwards, I am screwed. But we're going to take a somewhat risky mulligan. Just because I've played against like 24 front lines and not one of them has 164th traded on turn 1 this season. And in fact, he might not even be frontline at all. He might just be ramp. So we're not going to commit all of the 1-cost units just in case he plays supply priorities. But next turn, like a few War Machines, we will drop Type 93 and 35T, and our opponent will take a ton of damage. They will drop down to 7. So yeah, I would like to bring my opponent to 7 on turn 3. Well, he's staring down lethal. He can't Glamour Boys. Supply shortage keeps him alive. I'll just hit him through store. Supply priorities keeps him alive. Again, probably just hits their store. Like, honestly, if he has a supply shortage here, he'll live, and then if he can follow it up with a Glamour Boys, he can maybe try to claw his way back that way. My hand's not great for continued pressure through guide. The issue is, you know, that does require him to have 2 things. And the fact that he hasn't played anything yet does make me think he might not have any AoE. And he's trying to figure out if there's any combination of guides and blitz that can keep him alive. And they can't. And that is what happens when you try to play ramp. Unfortunately. At least the US main ramp. And we started 16 points away. Alright, game 2 and our opponent is Germany. Sasa, haven't played against him before. He keeps 4 cards. I think I'm just going to keep this. I'm going to keep a somewhat more defensive hand, a slower hand. If he's keeping 4 things, I don't want to get too wacky with the mulligan. That's interesting. So we will take that and get down a recon. And this just completely messes up everything he wants to do. That's why Out of the Mist is so strong in this deck, is it means if you don't hit your super strong Jaguar starts, or even if you do have your super strong Jaguar starts, you're just worried your opponent's also going to have a similarly super strong start, you can just sort of sit back and chill. We are going to remove that. I'm scared of this. This makes me think he might be running the Fury, the Swag. Oh, jeez. What is going on? Just gonna play Panzer Grenadier so I can kill Swag. Also don't give him any immediate Nakshub targets. You know, he could like 35T push up Swag. Okay, this guy's cooking. Probably just want to get the Panzergren to the front line. Maybe it's like a countermeasure. Oh, he might have in the Navy. There's a slim possibility. Nope. And we'll keep the 35T back. I don't need him trading a 164th into it to generate credits. I'd like to keep it back here. Should be difficult for him to deal with, and it can threaten just nuking something in his support line next turn. Combined arms. So I could just keep the front line empty again, like Type 93, trade out the M10, drop Zoo-Store, play something slow. I think I probably want to go for the Type AA gun, and get up the Recon. You know, keep the front line slightly clogged. I don't know if he's going to be running Shermans. I mean, this guy could be playing basically anything. But yeah, like his Zoo-Store could be half-tracked. I feel like this is marginally safer, and also it stops the out of him just doing like FW into FW into FW. Sort of a removal check for him. And I mean, if he's running supply shipments, I don't know how much removal he's going to be running. I mean, he has Nakshub, so anything can still happen this game. But it should be pretty over. Like, Germany has a couple strong elites. Nakshub is being one of them. Nakshub is better than Signal Regiment. But it just does not have the same sustained elite pressure as Japan does, with Raiden Brigades, Audacities, on the Ascent. You know, they have like Jägerbomber and Heinkel and Nakshub, but they're not as strong, per se. Or at least they don't like single-handedly win games. So I probably want to get down this. That's 5 if I attack, 6, 7. Well, our opponent's just going to rope out and surrender. And that should bring us within around 8 points. Judging by his deck, maybe 9 points away. There we are, 8 points away from rank 1. Let's get to the next game. Alright, our next opponent is on Jagro. Just going to keep this. Zoo-Store is like honestly not even a bad keep with this hand. I feel like Out of the Mist just grants us so much. Oh, and it's head too. Oh, this win actually might push us to rank 1 on this. I didn't see it was head in the mulligan, because you can't see opponents' names in the mulligan unless you're looking like in that like 1 second window. Oh man, head has those new emotes that I don't have. Alright. Well, head in a Jagro mirror. Let's see how this ends. We have a strong start. Okay, a Signal Regiment. Yokosuka. I'm gonna Rain Brigade that next turn. This does give him an Audacity target, but Audacity is a little bit slow. This stops potential expansions. This, because of the +1 attack, it trades with 35T, which does seem to be what is going to happen. Okay, is it Dragon Slayer time? If he drops Dragon Slayer, we probably just drop the BF. Although maybe we can just try to outrun it. Oh, I don't want to give him an On the Ascent, is the issue. There's kind of not a way to not give him an On the Ascent. Like, his next turn's going to be what? Panzergun, probably. So should I just play Zoo-Store? Allow him the card draw. I think I'm going to get the Zoo-Store down. Zoo-Store is going to be able to put a lot of pressure. If On the Ascent wasn't a card in the game, I would have gone Cavalry, Raiden Brigade, push up 22nd of my own. Okay, top deck Dragon Slayer and presumably push up 22nd to get the cycle. Not bad. Again, it's very difficult to play around. Okay, I don't think I want to trade with the Dragon Slayer, though. I'm pretty confident in that. So I think I will do this. 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 I mean, like, it kind of walks into On the Ascent again. But at least this way he has to trade. Panzergren's a very good pickup. Top deck Raiden Brigade's fine. Goes face. Bold. So I could do 35T Naval Supply Run. This is going face every time. Is there a world where you can burst me for 5 from hand? 5 for 5. Shiden, no. Bombing raid type 93 is only 4. There's a front line. I think we do this. There's an 80% chance that we just kill him with Panzergren if the front line is empty, and that's requiring him to remove 2 different threats. I don't think he runs Burst of Fire in Japan Minor. Alright, we got him. The sustained pressure from Zerstor hit the level 75 for a random pack. And leaderboard position goes to 1. Oh my goodness, this one was a rough one to get through. I mean, today's been relatively easygoing, but man, this guy got into 3,000. Really making me work for it. But season's not over, of course. We are in rank 1, but, you know, no one's just 100 points down. Nodoka's been doing quite well up until now, just 121 points down. And, of course, the guy in second right now, I'm not sure who they are, but they could pass me. But at least for now, for the next, you know, at least for the rest of the day, I'm in rank 1. Alrighty, so I'm actually recording this the following day, and that's because the person who was behind me, the person who I'm fighting for rank 1 with at the moment, they passed me late last night, and then I played a game, passed them, and I woke up this morning and they've passed me again, and I've decided that I'm just going to record this game or two, hopefully, to get back to rank 1, and we're just going to stick it at the end of the previous road to rank 1, because it was quite short. You know, it was very fast games, and only a couple games required to get to rank 1, so yeah, you will be seeing this in the same video immediately, since, you know, stitched together with me hitting rank 1, so hopefully, you know, hopefully we continue to hit rank 1, and maybe there will be additional parts added onto this, as he and I battle out for rank 1, or, you know, maybe I proceed to lose 2 in a row, stop recording, and then spend the next 18 hours grinding cards. We'll have to see. But with that being said, let's get to the next game. Alrighty, against Soviets. We're going to keep Audacity, because always keep Audacity. Going to mulligan the other 3. Recon would be the best card to find. No Recon, Raiden Brigade's good. 20 seconds, not great. 35T without a 1-drop is actively kind of bad. We will still play it, because, you know, our turn 3 is probably going to be push up 22nd. Unless he plays like an 845th. In that case, we'll just drop an Audacity. Maybe if he line of engagements, we probably Audacity. Yeah, if he just passes, we're definitely just gonna play 22nd. Start getting the card draw going. Scouting Party's a good pickup. We'll probably just... If he removes this, we'll probably just play as Restore. That's a little scary. I could Scouting Party hit. We have the Naval Supply one, so that makes this a little bit better. It's not better than just Restore. Soviet-US ramp. This might be Machines of War ramp, so the next thing he does might be just summon a massive guard, in which case I probably want Scouting Party. Oh, Suraj Gate. Great. That is kind of funny. You can use Suraj Gate to take out the 22nd and one recon and pin the other recon. But that means he goes down to 3 credits, which means he's not playing Machines of War. So that's good. It's just gonna sickle. Fair enough, like, Suraj Gate is always going to be a good card against me, because of the front line. The question is, do I Restore or do I Panzer Grenadiers? I think I Panzer Grenadiers. This feels marginally better against, you know, some sort of big guard, big unit. Also, there's less of a chance I get blown out by something silly like Burning Sky. Okay, Heroes of the Soviet Union. I'm probably not gonna play 35T until I have something to trade it into or it's killing him. Just because of fears of the, Okay. He's playing like some sort of combo. Like, it feels like he is playing a deck that is similar to combo. I just don't know what combo he's going to be having on Soviet-US, unless it's like Soviet-US push, which sounds awful. So I place Restore here and he just kills it. I could just play out the expansion. Like, it's very likely that he damages another recon. And if he damages another recon, then this is basically just preemptive expansion. Okay, special assignment, 272nd. So it's like worse Machines of War. Interesting. I guess the issue with playing Restore here is now it's going to be next to the Audacity. Makes playing Audacity basically impossible. Thinking a lot about just going for the Naval Supply run this turn. Situations like these where I wish I had my expansion back. Like, he can take out 2 of these units and pin the 3rd. He plays, okay, that's an interesting one to take. He's gonna Suraj Gate the other one. Is he gonna play the turn into a Soviet tank? Huh? Well, this seems like a good one to take, to be completely honest. The question is, can we take it easily? So this is coming out. This is 4 and we trade. And then we go face for 15. So this is 4, 6, 7. We can push up a cav if we want. But that just gives him extra Suraj value, so there's not really a point in pushing up the cav. Cool. Okay, so we have him on 4. And we got this handy dandy 272nd in hand. He can just pin this. Like, he can straight up just Suraj gate this to pin it and not be dead. So he gives himself an extra 272nd. 3rd snowstorm. He's still dead if he doesn't Suraj gate this. There's the Suraj gate. Okay, let's see what this hits. That is substantially the worst one for it to hit. We can't really play around 2nd Suraj gate. Because I need to guide the plane. Do I need to guide the plane? I would very much like to guide the plane. Okay, so we lost that 50-50. You could just Depths of Winter or something, but then... Okay, well, top deck Fortunes of War to take my destruction effect. He needs to be able to remove this without Sickle, and we got him. Alrighty. Removes the destruction effect, does not remove guide. And that is enough to hit rank 1. I actually have winning tie breaks on this guy, so that was probably a +5. Yeah, it was a +5. Luckily, we have winning tie breaks. So, yeah, going to leave it there. Alrighty, folks, you know the drill. This is another edited on portion. It's a couple hours later. The guy has logged on, gotten another +5. He's really rocking those +5s, but I suppose so am I. But yeah, let's get to the next game or two and try to pass him again. Alrighty, we have a Germany. So score is not bad against Germany, but I would like to find a 1-drop in case it's German-US. He kept 3 cards. We're going to keep Out of the Mist just because it might be German-Japan. And, you know, it's always good against Panzer Grenadiers and whatnot. We don't find a 1-drop, but hopefully he has one Manu. I played against this guy twice yesterday. He was on Japan both times. Japan... Germany, I want to say. Okay, so he goes for the Geberg's Pioneer, which is really good for us, because otherwise we would have just been doing 22nd, probably. Now we get a Geberg's Pioneer down. We could, if it sticks, we could take the frontline expansion 22nd Infantry. Oh boy. Well, he top decked his own Out of the Mist, so we know his ally nation now. But also we're kind of in a rough spot. He doesn't play it. So presumably he has Careless Talk. Like, surely the only reason he does that is Careless Talk. Like, he might be playing around 2nd Out of the Mist, but, like, surely you would just play that if you don't have something else to use your credits for. I mean, either way, we're playing Scouting Party. Okay, and we see the Recon, so he definitely has Careless Talk. So now we are 100% certain he has Careless Talk in hand, because he chose not to play any 1-drops on turn 2. So anytime he floats credits for the rest of the game, we will know it's probably Careless. Please go face. Alright. He went face, which was a pretty big mistake from him. And that means we're going to be able to expansion and get a draw off the Recon. Yeah, we're going to push Recon. Probably save the cav to trigger Careless Talk. Is he going to have the Southern plan? Second out of the mist. Okay, second out of the mist, and then he gets to play his own Type 93 and get the value trade on the recon. That's kind of annoying. But it's not Southern plan, so, you know, we get to Panzer Gun and whatnot. And he floats the credit again, so we'll probably just play recon into it. Could be Stranglehold in theory, I suppose. Maybe I should have played Cav, because now if I have Panzer Gun, I overdraw. I'm also thinking about just getting out the Audacity. Although Audacity kind of walks into Hipper. Could get down the AA gun. I kind of like getting down the AA gun. Also walks into Hipper, but at least I can get the Cav to the front line with that play. And this stops like something like a Yag Bomber, because if I do Panzer Grenadiers, he can Yag Bomb and the Panzer Grenadiers gets destroyed because my hand is full. And like, yeah, I can kill Yag Bomber, I suppose, but, you know, it's not easy. Tac Strike is pretty good for us. Draw last. And then presumably he plays the Geberg's Pioneer here, yeah. Do we just let him keep this? There's less for him to do on 7 than, like, cheating out 6. And we can just do Panzer Grenadier 35T, kill Type 93. Which feels pretty good. Use the Intel'd one. I don't want to get the Panzer Grenadier up to the front line just yet, because one, there's a slim possibility he runs Winter Regiment, and there's a 100% possibility that he runs Schützen. So might as well trigger Schützen on the smaller unit. If he just drops an FW, we probably hit him in the face for 4. Ooh. It's interesting. So surely this is just Audacity Type 94 35T. Although I'll start with this, because if this dies to like a From the Deep, we'll probably just 35T combined arms hit this. Make sure there's no missing as well. Alright, so now we have 2 units that he wants to retreat. And we have 15 damage in, which is really good, because it means that we have a slight advantage if we get into a face-to-face position, which happens relatively frequently with these types of decks. So that's quite annoying. We can't expansion. Okay, so there's the From the Deep. Did he draw it that turn? Okay. Try to put him under some pressure. If he shoots in attacks face, he can bring me to 10. And that's Comet Burst of Fire range, but we haven't seen Comet yet. Winter Regiment, of course. Does he have dive bombing? Second Tac Strike. Okay, well, hopefully we draw a Japanese Blitzer. We still do not. I think we have to push the bomber. I think we have a far better likelihood of winning this game through this play. So there's the Sheeden. That is what we were looking for. There's the Type 93. Which means we just need to try to survive one turn and then win with Sheeden. We're out of Type 93, so I can't top deck third Type 93 for lethal, although that would be pretty funny. If he has Burst of Fire, there's no way we can survive a turn. Well, next to no way we can survive a turn. If he doesn't have Burst of Fire, there's a pretty decent chance. It's kind of hard for him to deal 18 through a board with my ability to then trade out the front line. Like, the Siege Bomber kind of needs to attack face this turn, but he also needs to 100% clear the front line. Okay. I really don't want to give him a Type 93, but I would also love to... Well, we've seen From the Deep, so... Is this just lethal? Not quite. So this is happening for sure. If he can't remove Signal, we win regardless. And even if he hippers, he'll be low enough to kill with one sheet and hit. So I think we trade into the Yag Bomber to play around Burst of Fire shenanigans. Because, like, you know, if he hits Type 93, plays Type 93, Burst of Fire, that's 14 damage. Then we're getting close to, like, a Comet thing. And he surrenders. Oh, okay, that was a close one. And I think we should get more than 5 points for that, because Manu must be pretty high if he's playing constantly. Yep, that's back to rank 1. And complete a mission. Man, that was a somewhat stressful one, having to push up an Aichi to unlock those expansions. But we got across the finish line. And, yeah, that was a +7, actually, so, you know, 2-point lead, which is not enough. Like, he's still going to pass me on a win, but the big difference now is just, you know, if he gets another +5, and then I get, like, another +6, like, we're starting to move towards creating a larger gap between him to the possibility where he might need to win 2 to pass me in the future, which would be really, really good, just because, you know, the number of games I force him to play to pass me is good, because if he loses, he might tank, because he has not been playing for, like, 2 weeks, and... you know, he's played 3 games in the last 2 weeks, basically. So I don't know what deck he's on, but it might not be tacked around the meta. He might not be familiar with what people are playing, who is playing what, etc. So I think I just, based on, you know, the fact that I've played more recently, I think I have a slight advantage. So if I can start to get him to lose, I think there's a decent chance he is going to drop all the way down. And also we're creating more room between us and Noen, who is just... going to probably non-stop play for the next 48 hours. There's currently, like, well, 36 hours left in the season. Alrighty, well, you know the drill. He has passed me by 1 point. And, yeah, let's, you know, queue up another game on Jaguar. Alrighty, so first game against Britain. He's probably Britain Control. I think I've seen this guy on ramp. I kind of want to keep 35T because of that. Not having a 1-drop is a bit rough, but I mean, we have 5 draws for a 1-cost card to make this very good. Yep. That sounds about right. And he has the turn 1 Pioneer. So we're off to a bit of a rough start. That's not the draw. Could go for a turn 2 expansion. Type 93 is a very valuable unit. I feel like I might be better off doing turn 2 22nd, turn 3 35T push. Okay, MI5. It's still likely that he is ramp, just running MI5. There's a possibility it's discard, though. Either way, we don't like the slow start. The slow start's quite bad. But he didn't play War Machine, so... Good. Turn 3 Sincerely Yours. Getting a turn 1 Pioneer and then using it to cheat out 2 cards is insane. So the 35T is absolutely coming out. And I think we're going to push. I think we want units to trade out a potential Glamour Boys if it's ramp. I don't want to overcommit into a supply shortage as well. So it is discard and it hits the hits the card draw. 20 seconds sticks though. Do we play Zerstorer or Panzergren? I kind of like Zerstorer. This should be quite difficult for him to remove. He's presumably holding up Ultra, so it's possible he ults it up again and stops the Combined Arms. And if he doesn't, we can do Panzergren Combined Arms anyways. I mean, we just make some big guys, right? I think we only get 1 down. Trade out these. So this gets a good damage in. Naval Supply run draw. That would have been good last turn. Gets some good damage in. Forces out the supply shortage. Then he has 4 credits. 5 if it's an order. He could Wolfpack their store. Just Annihilation. Oh, Annihilation on the 22nd. Surely he's just dead here, right? This is... So Naval Supply run. I hit face for 3... So this is 6, 8, 9, 1 off. If I type 93, that's 3. If I type 93 Naval Supply run, I'm missing 3 damage, and I'm only getting 2 damage. So maybe just Panzergren. Well, how much damage does Panzergren deal? Because it makes this plus 3. So this is 6, 11. I think we go for the Naval Supply run. This does the most damage. And now we have guaranteed lethal if he does Supply Shortage Monsoon Rot for 7 with either Bombing Raid or Panzergren, depending. Like, one might be discarded by the Naval Supply run. And it also means that if he can't just do Glamour Boys Supply Shortage, because then we just have lethal on board through Glamour Boys. So this is looking like another win. And I keep recording an outro after each of these videos in case this is the last game. Because all these games are short and the initial video is still quite short, this is still going to be all within one video, presumably. I suppose you will know when you're watching this. But at this point, I feel like I'm just going to record an outro when I see him lose, or when I have to play a game and then I lose, and then I'll end the video there and then keep trying to climb off camera. But either way, we have just reclaimed first. And I suppose you will either see another game, or you will see me showing him having lost a game. Hopefully the latter. But, yeah. Wow, we got a lot of points for that. That is good, because actually I forgot to mention, Henry is 12th on ladder. I'd seen this previously. Well, he was actually presumably 10th or 9th on ladder. But yeah, we have a big lead, so this might be it. Alright, so it is now 8 p.m. later that day. Ladder resets in exactly 24 hours, and Noah finished his climb up to 2nd place. He absolutely insane climb today. He got up to 2nd place and he logged off and presumably went to bed because he grinded throughout the entire night in China. He has a terrible sleep schedule. And then just now, the player currently in rank 1 played from 3rd place up to rank 1. And I found out what deck he's on. He's on Japan, Poland, Legions. I don't really like the way he builds his deck, but, you know, he's rank 1, so who am I to say? We're gonna keep queuing on Jaguar, though, since that's has been what is working for us. Yeah. Alrighty. Against Germany. Strong start if he's not a proactive deck. He keeps 4 cards, so I don't think Cavalry's living on turn 1. So I'm not going to keep 35T. Do I want to pass on turn 1? Do I send back type 94? Maybe I keep 35T and then pass on 1? Like this? I think I keep this and play Cavalry. It's not as bad that he gets a Cavalry. Okay, well, now that I drew the expansion, we're going to pass on 1. And just do this expansion on 2. Hopefully he does not take the front line on turn 1. Okay, well, Hummer is not really what I wanted to see. Audacity is a very good pickup. Cavalry is a very good pickup. Against Hummer, we just want stuff that comes out of hand quickly to challenge the board. We don't want to see, like, Panzergrens until turn 5, really. Okay, we have a couple different plays here. I feel like just getting the value trade is the best one, though. Do we want to push up or not? We leave the front line open for him. He could, like, push up this in 22nd. But if he does that, we just Audacity. You know, he could do 2nd Jaeger Regiment, combined arms push, attack face, whereas if we double push up, he has to trade. But I feel like that's less likely with him passing. Like him playing Jaeger and not combined arms last turn. If he had combined arms, he 100% played it. There's zero reason for him to not have played it last turn. Second Jaeger. Okay, I was getting real scared. Getting real scared on that one. I was like, oh my goodness, did he really just like... Is he gonna double trade? Be interesting. Single trade. Why would you trade into the tank there? Punish? So I want to take the tank, because this is the one that can get combined arms. It's also the better unit for me to have, since it has blitz and buffs the attack of my units. Trade here, recon, and we will take the front line this time just to stop 22nd. It's possible that he like has Panzer and takes the front line, but you know, whatever. Devil's Brigade. Oh, it's a British card. That's really annoying. I can take that out with this. I could just play Zerstore, pass. I feel like just getting Zerstore down's pretty good. I'm not too worried about this. Like, 35T Blitzkrieg, he hits me in the face for 11. That would be bad if he then, like, follows it up with Comet, but that seems like a very specific hand for him to have. And we're just gonna get the surrender. I imagine this is gonna be like a +4, so I think we're gonna need at least one more game after this. Alright. Oh, well, we got a win, but he got a loss, because he kept playing well in first. This is why you don't keep playing well in first. He's finally lost a game. And he very well might be right back. So, once again, we will see. Alrighty, well, he did lose his game, but he proceeded to win several in a row, and then continue to play after getting first, so now he has a 15-point lead, which we are now going to try to close down. So, let's see how this goes. Alrighty, we have a Germany. I'm kind of tempted to almost just keep this hand. Like, this is a good 1, 2, 3. And then we have the scouting party to get card draw afterwards. And it's fine into units, because I'm going to start with the cavalry into type 94, type 93. The issue is if he starts with a out of the mist, we can't really go for a turn 2 play. Like, if he out of the mists, we probably just pass. Now, of course, that requires Japan ally, which we don't know. And, like, he could have killed the cavalry with, like, a dive bombing or through the breach. So that's interesting. So surely he has a countermeasure up, right? I think we start cavalry type 94, just to get the most zero op stuff down, to try to scouting party on the next turn. Also, if he passes on 1, he's probably not blitzing in a 3. If we draw a 35T, we definitely just go face with a type 93. If he passes again or plays War Machine, if he plays War Machine, I think we very well might just type 93. Drop him to 9 health, 8 health. Okay, well, we'll play this. Okay, that eats the countermeasure. He didn't get War Machine, so he shouldn't be able to kill more than one of these. There's a slim possibility he's Britain ally with supply shortage, in which case that's very, very bad, because that means he's going to be playing discard. But again, he needs to be Britain ally, and that seems kind of unlikely. Alright, we're 1 off lethal, and 35T. Okay, well, that was the freest win of my life. We full kept on the mulligan going first and 1 on turn 4. Alright. Hopefully we got, like, you know, 5, 6, 7 points for that. We're gonna probably need to play 3. Yeah, +4. Alright, well, let's get to the next game. Alrighty, we have a game against Soviets. Not keeping 35T, because we don't... There's 3 1-drops, like Recon and Signal. We would play on 1, and then 35T would be really good on 2, but we don't have any of those, and there's only 3 of them for 3 cards, and that's not particularly likely. I think the one question was, do I keep Zostora? I think this is a really good way to get a lot of pressure in on Soviets early. And, you know, turn 1, I'm not really playing a 1-drop. The issue is if it's like tokens and I mulligan like this and I don't hit any 1 or 2 drop, then Zostora is just coming out too slow to really do anything. I think there's enough, like, even scouting party is going to be really good. So I think we're going to greed out on the Zostora. So it is tokens. Yep. This is not the hand that I really wanted. Now, the fighters are good, if I can... keep him in the support line. Or keep him, like, in his support line. I can just hit face quite a lot. Like, 3 fighters is, and the bomber. is either going to be very good or very bad. I think we Audacity on 3 pretty much no matter what he plays. So I don't think we play out the 35T. I think in 2 turns we are likely to draw an infantry. Like 22nd would be sort of the worst case scenario. I guess this is also a punish, because if I had it on board, I could hit push up out of the mist. We'll still Audacity. Most you can get is 2 buffed. We hit the one in the front line, which is probably only going to matter, like, as 1 health. But, you know, 1 health is 1 health. That's quite bad. Hopefully we draw a 1-cost infantry. We can still clear the front line regardless, but a 1-cost infantry would make my life so much easier. Actually, I guess I can just take the 1-cost infantry without the mist. As much as I would like to hit here, the issue is... I guess we'll do this. If he has Sickle, Token, Frontal Assault, push 2 2/3s to the front line, I think we might just play Sheeden and not attack with the Bomber, so it's fine for the Bomber to keep Smokescreen here. Also just, you know, developing the 35T. Making him play cards against it is really important considering how slow my hand is. Just how brutally, brutally slow it is. So he has 5... Oh, only 4. He missed out on one of the tokens. No, he only had 1 in hand. He got the 3. Okay, Frontal Assault, but he can only push up 1. So we're going to trade and play AA Gun. Okay. Well, we have basically every single expensive non-blitz unit in our hand. I suppose we don't have Sendai yet. One of. Scouting parties would be really slow by this point. Scouting party on turn 3 would have been fine. Deep operations. So now he has 5 blitz 1-drops in his hand. Greed's out on the trade. And he's going to get 4 units to the front line. We can only answer 3 of them. But any 1-cost blitz draw. Or 35T. Okay, Red Dawn on the AA gun draws me a card. It is the one that operates for 1 less. There's the scouting party. Vici, dude. Vici with 3 blitz guys in hand. This game is so over. The one thing we have going for us is the fact that what we see in hand does not kill Aichi. It does create like an ungodly strong front line. But Naval Supply Run's a good pick up, although these guys are probably going to be like too much health to really matter a ton. Yokosuka will be a good draw here. Type 93 will probably be a good draw here. I mean, anything with Blitz, really. Well, anything 1 cost or even 2 cost with Blitz will be good here. So he's just going to push up some big dudes. Yep. So Naval Supply Run, I think this hits here. And then I think I need to keep the units around. I do think I need to greed. Which means I probably want to get down the Type 94. And hit it into this. Which means I do need to play this first, which means I can't draw first. The question is, do I kill Baron? Like, obviously, Baron is a terrifying card. But I think I just have to pray he is out of ways of generating light infantry. It's not impossible. He's played 2 reserves, 2 line of engagements, deep operations. Like, you know, if he finds 3rd reserves, sure. Oh. The pain and suffering. This game has gone about as wrong as physically possible. Is he gonna push Baron to get out the 7/7? Like, it's correct. I mean, I'm Jagro. How am I gonna deal with a 7/7? Okay, frontal assault. Is he gonna go face? Double face. Push Baron. Okay, Sendai draw and we're in this. Sendai draw is the only out, so I might as well just hit like this. Is there an out with Yogasuka? That's less likely, so I'm going to hit like this. Yeah. Well, that one, I took a slight risk in the mulligan and got as punished as physically possible. Feels bad. That's going to be quite a loss of points. We are just going to wait out, you know. Never know. People sometimes just randomly surrender. Man, his hand was frontal assault motors. If he didn't top deck that 2nd reserves, like, we still would have lost if he didn't top deck the 2nd reserves. Probably. But at least there would have been a very real chance we make an immediate comeback here. That down to 3rd. Man, drop past no one here. Alright, well, I think this is going to finally be it for this video. We finally got to the end, and here we have stumbled against tokens. We're now 30 points off first. I'm going to try to climb back off camera, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Thank you very much to everyone who has donated. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Subscribe if you haven't already, and do YouTube things, join my Discord, etc., etc. I will catch all of y'all in the next one.